All right. Good morning. What's up? Happy Friday, everybody. Going with a new look today. I gotta put these glasses on. You guys know the drill. We have to get some more peeps on here. So if you're out there in the old interweb lands and you're on, jump on, say hello, let me know where you're at. Just give me a second here. We're gonna share this out. Maybe, maybe not. T Dog, what's up? Try to stay warm today. Is it snowing where you're at, bro? We haven't had the snow yet. We're supposed to get it this weekend. I think it's supposed to Monday or Sunday and Monday are our big days is what we're told. So between 0 and 100 inches, yeah. I guess we got a bunch of people down in Texas, and Junior was telling me that they're supposed to be getting some snow. I mean, like down Austin, Dallas area, I guess. So it's and everybody down in the South, like if it snows down there, it's like, oh no, end of the world. The you know, let's prep everybody right now that this weekend and early next week you're gonna start seeing we will rebuild posts on social media. Right. Enough to make my back hurt. Yeah, like gonna be a lot of I guess. I mean, I got a snowblower, so of course, the downfall to that is everything smells like gas. The whole house smells like gas. I don't know why, but uh, yeah, the snow stuff. It's funny if you live in a development with the HOA, they'll turn around and say, "Hey, you can move your trailer back into your driveway now just to accommodate the snow plows driving through your neighborhood." I'm not bitter about it. Maybe a little. Don't get. I'm not. Yeah, I won't get started on the HOA stuff. If you live in an HOA area, that's hopefully come this fall that's changing. So nonetheless, but let's let's get off of that and let's turn this into more positive, right? Shall we? So I'm going to start the show off this week. I'm going to recap Podfest 2026. You saw last week we went live from Orlando, Florida at Podfest 2026. Amazing. Had a great time down there. Had a lot of shows from HMG down there. Who do we have? We had Adam Peters from the Strategic Veteran. We had Shay Sparks at the Shay Sparks Show. We had Darlene Mahoney from Senior Living Guide. We had Ashley Knight from She Birthed the Vibe. You got to say the vibe. Make sure I get that in there. A lot of friends down there. We got my name just Simona, Emily. We had Mark from Empowered Podcasting and his entire crew. Jason, Sean Douglas, Air Force veteran. Simona, Jen. We had and just a slew of others. So it was a great time down there. It was a little different this year. This year was my first year actually speaking at Podfest, the event. Sometimes the last couple of years that I've been there, or actually anytime that I've been there, there's been Military Creator Con was in that. It was like the event within Podfest, and I would speak at Military Creator Con. But this year I had the honor of speaking not once but twice on stage at Podfest. So that was super awesome, and a really cool experience and kind of feather in my cap on a personal level. So I'm grateful for that opportunity to have done that. If you're a and the big thing about the one thing I love about these types of events is the networking side of it. I don't always get to sit in on the breakout sessions and stuff like that. A lot of I would say most people would agree with me when I say like the you know business side of it. It's done in the hallways outside of the thing. You learn a lot. Nothing, you learn a lot in these breakout sessions. The breakout sessions that I usually attend are people who I know to go to support them. I mentioned Sean's breakout session. Mark's I went to Mark's as well. Simona had a couple other ones, although she had spearheaded ours with our friend Emily. So it was a good time, and I was honored to be asked to be a part of it this year. Having been in this business for quite a while now, so um, I think if you're a podcaster, and we got a lot of podcasters that watch, the weekly wrap up that aren't a part of HMG. If you've never been to Podfest, I strongly encourage you to go. If you're thinking about starting a podcast, go. If you're a business owner and you want to connect or be seen on podcasts, go. This is definitely it was great. There was starting to see a couple PR people there to get their clients linked in with uh, podcasters and stuff like that. There's a big shift in the industry that has started to come over the last couple of years very slowly, but I think you're going to see more indie podcasters getting sponsors and more advertising, I think, on their shows, the ones that are consistent and moving forward and stuff. So this was a great it was a great show. I had a great time down there. It was great to have people from HMG, some of the HMG family there. And again, if you get the opportunity, I'd strongly encourage people to go to Podfest next year. David, what's up, brother? Good morning to you. Always appreciate you jumping on. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to say we're going to keep it short, and you guys know me. I'd be lying. So I'm not going to say that, but we're going to dive into it early today. All right. So let's get into some of these things that I saw kind of over the last week or so, just kind of being on the road. And it's heavy. It's some of it's heavy. So we're just going to dive right into it. Executive orders. It was kind of a big thing. A veteran. Oh, what do we have here? Veteran Cranes. Hey, good morning. Appreciate you jumping on. Thank you. I want to hit some executive orders that has happened this week, and there we go. We got maybe the snow's already coming because can you guys see me? Did that just go out? No, it says I'm on. Okay, well, I'm gonna look this way then. Executive order to protect Army Navy game from competing football broadcasts. I'm all about this. I absolutely love the fact that the fact that it's even being talked about is kind of a surprise because I think that nobody should touch Army Navy game. Period. This should be a celebration day in and of itself, in my opinion. And as somebody that has been blessed and has had the opportunity to go and experience Army Navy, it's awesome. The Army Navy game it's the traditions behind it, the patriotism behind it. It's that game where everybody on the field is a hero part of they're signing their life. It's an awesome experience, and I'm putting this out there again. I've said this before. I want HMG. A goal of mine is to take two families to experience the Army Navy game that want to go. And I'm hoping whether it's this year or the next couple of years that we're able to make that happen. I'm putting it out there in the universe that we're able to do this. The executive order, and those that don't know, don't pay attention, it is the second Saturday in December. So this executive order is securing an exclusive 4-hour broadcast window. So this national event stands above commercial post season games, No other game or team can violate this time slot. I think this is great. I absolutely love this. Um, it's I think this is one of the best moves. And you look at how college football is run today, really the academies are the only teams. I'm gonna I know I'm gonna spark a lot of heat for saying this. I think the academies are the only two. They're the three teams because you got the Air Force, Navy, and Army. They're really the only pure college football teams now. I think college football has gotten to be too. It's almost like semi-pro. I mean, but some of those guys are in there. They should be pros or at the age where they could be pros, and they're going into their sixth, college season of eligibility, and it's absolutely it's ridiculous. I don't think it should happen, but we're not here to talk about that. Go Army, beat Navy. I said it, but in all seriousness, Army Navy, you big money grab businesses, big TV money, no more college playoff games. Second Saturday of December belongs to Army Navy and Army Navy only. Darwin, good morning to you. David, what's up, brother? Good morning to you. Appreciate you guys jumping on. Moving on. Speaking of executive orders, well, let me big up Greenland. Anybody know what's going on with Greenland? I'm seeing a lot of Greenland stuff in the news. I know there was some big meeting over in Switzerland right now. There's been talks, but nothing locked in on this. I'm seeing a lot of people pissed off about, the United States potentially owning Greenland or what have you. David, appreciate you for sharing. Here's the thing. Like if you look at history, like we haven't really it's I mean this dates back to like the 1800s where the United States has tried to acquire Greenland, and this isn't anything new. So I'm kind of wondering why everybody's getting bent out of shape about it. What do we got here? Got what he wanted. The residents want to sell. I love it. Keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. Agreement was made. Let me see here. Let me put T Dogs. Is part of Denmark. Okay, right. Residents want to sell. This is interesting. I love seeing this, but I think there's going to be more to it. And I was the last article I read was earlier this morning, and it said something like an agreement hasn't been signed yet, but there's negotiations are looking good. That was the last thing that I saw this morning. So I think here in the next week or two, maybe we'll see something more on that. Jeremiah, what's up, brother? Good morning. Appreciate you jumping on. Here's a big one. This one almost like I get giddy when I'm about to read this. U.S. withdraw from the World Health Organization. And this is probably old, but this popped up in the feed again as well. I know last year in 2025, Trump signed an executive order. I think it was Order 14155, initiating the United States withdrawal from the World Health Organization. This decision was driven by failures of handling this, whatever, right? Of the COVID-19 stuff. So, but something else popped up recently, and I saw a newer article on this, and maybe some of you guys know this. If you do, great. This was an updated article that I saw this morning that was dated 2 days ago. So all the U.S. government funding to the WHO has been terminated. Hundreds of U.S. engagements with WHO have been suspended and discontinued. Personnel, contractors assigned or embedded with the WHO have been recalled back to the U.S. So this is great. I think that's great news. I love it. Let me see here. What do we have here? Yeah, okay. Veteran cranks. I'm assuming we're talking about Greenland. It's been signed. Trump says it's going to be a long process. Okay, good to know. Keep them coming, guys. I love this. I'm really curious to see what happens with the Greenland stuff. I think if it's going to be a long process, great, play the long game. But again, I think that the thing that gets me with the Greenland thing is that there's a lot of people that seem to be in an uproar about it, and going back in history and stuff, it seems like we've been talking about this or trying to acquire that landmass since the 1800s. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Um, David, the Who. We were paying 7 to 15% of the Who's operating costs. I'll be honest with you, David. I think those numbers are low. I think we've been doing even more than that. It might have been the World Economic Forum, but that's nonetheless. Uh, David Willis, put this up here. What we got here? I think it's a good strategy for America to own Greenland. Own it, occupy it, be on there. The fact that we're getting the mineral rights, I think everybody's starting to see a pattern with a lot of mineral stuff that's taking place here in the Western Hemisphere. Let's put it that way. Over the course of the last couple of weeks, not a bad thing. I think it's going to, it's something that we need to think about, right? They're going to save a buck, yeah. Hopefully, yeah. You save the, yeah. We see, yeah. Great. So let's save a buck, and let's do it at the stores. Let's save a buck at the pump, right? What else we got? There he is. Ken, good morning. Overslept. That's all right. That's all right. Veteran cranks, I've heard over 35%. Yeah, I've heard in the realm of 35 to 50. That's what I've heard on that. Let's move on to the next one, guys. I love this. Keep them coming. Trump signs order to restrict Wall Street firms from buying single-family homes. Let's talk about this for a second. I absolutely love it. And they're talking about like those big companies like Vanguard and BlackRock and that was part of the 2030 reset. That's not me saying that. The research this stuff, guys. This is all there. President Trump signed an executive order on Tuesday. This was this past Tuesday, aiming to stop Wall Street investors from competing with individual home buyers. I would love to just make home buying affordable again. Let's make home buying affordable again, right? How many of you that are watching this right now, how many of you have built a house in the last 10 years? Because it's I'm going through the process right now. And I'm not closed on it, so I'm not trying to jinx it, but we're supposed to close on small property just outside of Gettysburg. I'll just put it that way. I'm not gonna say where exactly, but we're outside of Gettysburg. And this home process of like trying to buy the land and then meet with the contractors to build this home and whatnot. It is a kick in the crotch, especially when you're and I've warned everybody that works with me that I can be an a-hole to work with because it's like I want customer service, I want communication, and when you don't get that communication, it just is anybody else like that? I mean, when you're working with like lenders and real estate people, you would think of some level of communication to the potential buyer would be good. And I'm not saying that all realtors or lenders or anybody that's a part of that are bad. It just I don't know. Maybe my expectation is too high for some people. I don't know, but nonetheless, it is the home buying process isn't always fun. What do we have here? T Dog, try being a PM by trade and having to deal with a PM. Yeah. I'll keep you. I mean, I'll keep you guys a little bit posted once the land is settled. I should know here in a couple of weeks. So, but I think this is great. I think that now that if they're restricting Wall Street firms to come in, this disrupts the home buying process. Maybe we'll, the interest rates are going down. I haven't checked the last 2 days, but last week they were still going down a little bit, making it a little bit easier. I would like this. I love the fact that people can buy homes. I think it needs to be more accessible, more affordable. What does that mean? That's a different opinion. We won't get into that today. Let me see here. What do we have here? Veteran cranks. The rate should be no more than 3% on home loans. You can't afford anything more. It's crazy how pricing has gotten lately. My first house that I bought was in outside of Phoenix, and that was in 2005, 4 or 5. And that and I bought that house for like $175,000. I sold it in like 2016, 2017, I think. I don't remember. Might have been 2018. It's been a while. Nonetheless, that house now, like the average house on that side of town is like over $450,000. I certainly didn't sell it for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's crazy to me how and it's because the cost of everything is expensive. I'm trying to build this house and stay within a budget that we're currently doing. I had this big garage or was going to have this big garage. And we had to move everything down, and then the garage became a pole barn and all this other stuff. And it was like, you don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, and it's just like it's hard to get what you want. Nowadays, it just seems like, I don't know, my opinion, but nonetheless, back on this, I think this is great. That Wall Street needs to stay away from our homes, as it should be. All right, Arizona. I got my Arizona peeps on here. Pay attention to this one. This happened earlier this week, or at least so I saw. Arizona gender transition ban sparks a left-wing meltdown. What? Arizona lawmakers are advancing legislation to ban gender transition procedures for minors. They introduced Senate Bill 1095 this week. This was earlier this week. I believe it was like on Tuesday. The bill would prohibit puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and surgical gender transition procedures for individuals under the age of 18. Now, we've talked about this before on this show. I've talked about this. This isn't anything new. A lot of people, some of you had sent me some like, hey, let them be who they want to be. And that's fine. I respect everybody's opinion, but here's mine, since it's my show. I think if you're under the age of 18 and your child is living at home and you allow them to go through this procedure, that is child abuse, and you should be prosecuted as the parent. That's my opinion. You don't have to like it. That's fine. But I just think, what do we have here? Jeremiah, it's about time. Yes. Yes. Isn't meltdown the default setting? Yeah, right. Cartel Katie is a view. She gets a chance. Yeah, I mean, this is I think this is great. This is the best thing that I've seen coming out of Arizona, as far as like protecting our kids and stuff like that. The bill outlines some narrow expectations for gender related medical stuff, including situations involving medical emergencies, sex development disorders, or complications from previous procedures. Importantly, the legislation allows minors currently undergoing hormone treatment or puberty blockers time to safely tamper off under medical supervision. Now, if this is enacted, the law would take effect March 31st of 2027. So we got a year and some change before this would actually take effect. But here's a like a fun fact. And I say fun fact, an interesting fact. According to a 2025 UCLA study, approximately 15,700 Arizona residents between the ages of 13 and 17, 15,700 Arizona residents between the ages of 13 and 17 identify as transgender. Now, the legislation stands in direct contrast to past actions by Arizona Governor, your guys' favorite, Katie Hobbs, who in 2023 signed an executive order mandating that state employee health plans cover gender transition surgeries. Your kid. Did I? Let me hold on a second. I'm getting a little glare there. Did I read that right? An executive order. Katie Hobbs, that's Governor Arizona. Let's see here. In 2023, signed an executive order mandating that state employee health plans cover gender transition surgeries. So that means Arizona residents, Arizona businesses, and so they're paying taxes on that stuff, right? So that's where your tax dollars are going. I don't know much about the government really, or I try not to, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're saying there, right? Yes, it's child abuse. That's a load of crap. Yeah. Yep. So, nonetheless, again, I think this is a good call on this. I hope this passes, and come March 31st of 2027, we'll have reason to celebrate because stop the child abuse with this. Here's the thing: if I don't know how people with glasses, how they wear glasses and get glasses dirty all the time. I think if your child is going through a phase, she needs a lobotomy. Yeah, no, I think a lot of times if your child's going through a phase, doesn't know who they are or identity or whatever, that stuff happens. You tell your child what I told my son. Listen, not that my son was ever that way. Let me put that clear because he wasn't. But I've told people, like, if your kid wants to make their own decisions, hey, when you turn 18 and you go out on your own and do whatever it is you're going to do as an adult, you can make those decisions when you're paying your own bills and you're old enough. Personally, I think they should come in and say, like, you shouldn't really do anything till the age of 25, because let's be honest, guys, like, men really don't hit that first like maturity level until the age of 25. So, because how many people, God forbid, how many people out there that have gone through surgery regret doing it now that they're a little bit older, right? So I think, again, if you have a child that's, oh, I want to play girl sports and it's a boy, parents figure that out, and that's tough, but don't sit there and play into it. You do the right thing and do this. Hey, you want to be a girl when you get older? When you're 18, not on your own, go do whatever you want, as long as you're paying for it. And again, do I sound cold hearted and a bit of an a-hole? It's Friday, folks. It's nothing new. Come on. Especially those of you that know me for a while. It's just, it's right or wrong. My opinion. What else? I got some dates coming up. Can we talk about some dates coming up? How many of you guys like to go? How many of you out there like the great outdoors? I mean, like to get out hunting, fishing, hiking, just being out in nature. I love it. I absolutely love being in nature. I'm an avid hunter and amateur fisherman. The NRA's Great American Outdoor Show is coming to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, February 7th through the 15th. This is my favorite time of year because of this show. I'm not even joking. I love this show. Great American Outdoor Show. If you can make it out here, this is one that you don't want to miss. Fellas, or ladies for that example, like for that want to come on out. You probably want to leave your credit cards at home. There's a lot of outfitters that are here. I mean, if I told my wife if I could just take 6 months and hunt and fish every day, I would. A lot of great places that come in. Africa, Siberia, New Zealand, places all over the United States. They got hunts in southern Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and the list goes. It is absolutely an amazing show, and we'll be live from it this year again. So come check that out. That's going to be February 7th through the 15th. Right now, we don't have anything in March, although there's some tentative stuff on the calendar. After that, April 6th through the 18th, Military Creator Con. Get your tickets. Go to militarycreatorcon.com. I'll have all this stuff in the links after the show. And then in June 7th, we'll be in LA for the National Social Media Awards. This is the first year that every category you can nominate a veteran. If you go to nationalsocialmediaawards.com, it's kind of long, nationalsocialmediaawards.com, all spelled out. You can nominate your favorite veteran for whatever category you want to nominate them for. So go check that out. And again, after the show, I'll have this stuff in there as well. What do we have here? We got some more comments here. What do we have? I see Shay Sparks over there. Triple H Podcast. Thank you for joining. Smack them in the head. Tell them to go pick up their dog crap. Yeah. I want a new puppy, Daddy. Yeah, go pick up the make mental sounds great. It may have, a little shock treatment. Anyway. You guys bring out, yeah. We got some new shows coming, and I can't even announce them. So I don't even know why I brought it up just now. Again, I told you earlier, that was kind of an a-hole move, and I apologize for that. I do. But we do have some new shows coming, and I'm excited about it. We're growing, and I'm looking forward to continuing to grow here in 2026. The coffee stuff. If you haven't tried HMG coffee, go to hmgcoffee.com, or you can go to hmgbeverage.com. We've got 5 blends right now. We've got more coming end of spring that we're working on right now. We've got a new company that we're doing we're roasting coffee for them and potentially going into a few hotels up and down the East Coast. So super excited about that. So let's talk coffee. Ken says, yeah, let's talk coffee. It's great. I love it. I have it every morning. I have about almost a pot of coffee a day. And that's probably, some of you are thinking, oh my God, how do you do it? It's keeps me regular. Sorry. maybe that's a new marketing tool, HMG coffee, nature's lubricant. There you go. Bethany Bird, what's up, sis? How are you? I appreciate you jumping on. Thank you. And she likes it. Yeah. Family likes the coffee. I love it. Always supporting. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Guys, gals, make sure you go check out Heroes Media Group. Go to heroesmediagroup.com. Like I said, a lot of great shows on our network. And we got some new stuff coming up as well. We got some new partnerships that are coming here this year as well. Let me give a shout out to some of our network sponsors that have been with us for a while. David, thank you. Coffee's good. Thank you. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Ken's got the Brazilian going right now. Got the Brazilian going. The coffee. Sorry. My mind went somewhere else with that. Good. Love it. Yeah. Brazilian medium blend. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now I totally forgot what I was going to say. Shout out. Let me do some shout outs real quick. We've got some companies that have been working with us for a little while here. Holy crap. I got to put this up here. So I know, squirrel. My sister-in-law. It's negative 26 in Wisconsin today. No school. Negative 26. My God, that is cold. I am so glad I am not up there right now. Because even if I was, I'd still be doing this and working. So that's cold. That's cold. You guys stay warm. Give my nieces and my nephew a hug from Uncle Adam. I miss them. It's out east. It's I don't know. It's in the high 20s, low 30s right now, but we're expected to have like 13 inches of snow on Sunday or Monday, one of the two, or a combination of the two. I don't know, but it's ridiculous. David, Jeremiah, same here. That's right. Jeremiah is in Iowa, so it's cold in Iowa. There's like a cold front just moving all across the U.S. right now, and it is absolutely crazy. And I'm really kind of hoping, and this sounds selfish, but I don't care. I'm hoping like the Appalachian Mountains gets the majority of the snow before it comes up and over into our little valley. So we'll see what happens. But next week we'll be in Texas, and it'll at least be in the high 50s there, right? Trying to be positive. So, all right. What was I saying? Yeah. So sponsors, I got to give a shout out to some of these companies that have supported me and HMG. Um, and a lot of these companies and stuff, it's not always monetary. It's through exchange and through just I was great at bartering for many years. But I say that because these companies haven't just been supporters; they've turned into very good friends, and some of them family. I want to give a shout out to Anthony Moriello at My Tax Fella. Anthony's been my accountant for all of my businesses over the last almost 13 years now. I call him my money guy. If I got questions on stuff, how to set something up, he's the guy that basically makes sure everything is good to go on everything. So go to it's tax season right now. So go to mytaxfella.com. Tell them that I sent you, and he'll make sure that you guys get taken care of really well. He's got a great team over there at My Tax Fella. Forget Genetics, Barry, Army veteran. This forgetgenetics.com is veteran owned and family run. And shout out to Barry Jr. He staff sergeant, Pennsylvania National Guard, just won the combatives tournament. Will be going down to Fort Bragg, or not Bragg, Benning, I think, for the national combative stuff. So just an all around great family. Forget Genetics they got great product. They bring the wildlife into your yard and backwoods. So go check them out. They got Finn Tactical. I'm going to be seeing those guys at the NRA show here. They're out at SHOT Show this week. They're going to be coming to Harrisburg. Great group of guys there. They did our websites. Who else? Green Valley Hunters Paradise. It's a hunting club down in Bath County, Virginia. And you want to talk about salt of the earth people, just great people. They're new this year with us here. I had the privilege of going down there hunting most of the last fall down there with Luke and Clinton and everybody else part of that club. So that was great. And if you're looking for a really good hunt, whether it's upland birds or turkey or deer, or you want to go fishing, they got the streams and stuff down there. Go check them out. They got a Facebook page, Green Valley Hunters Paradise. Go check them out. Absolutely love it. And then, of course, our company, sister company, HMG Beverage. So, and we got more coming on board later this year, and I'll get into those as we get. So, just shout out to them real quick. Let's get into the shows. I want to talk about the shows here briefly. A lot of good shows again. A lot of episodes that came out this week. Double S Podcasts. They got a new sponsor on their show. Congratulations. PBKS series, which is a North Shore Fishing. North Shore Fishing Company is a company that sponsors them, and they're talking about their kayak fishing series that they have out there. They talk fishing service, life. It was a great episode. It was pre-recorded. You could check it out on HMG's Facebook page. It's called the Double S Podcast. Check it out. Women of War, one of our newer shows that happened late quarter last year. The mission this week, the mission behind the message with Kathleen Turner on power, perception, and purpose. So Kathleen is a powerhouse public affairs strategist who shaped how the world sees the United States Army at home and abroad. From leading communications at the Pentagon to deploying to Iraq and Europe. She has spent a career crafting messages during moments of crisis, change, and some of our nation's historic transformations. But behind all of that, some of the things that they dive into is what it's like to serve as the voice of the Army's top generals, the tension between image and authenticity as a woman in uniform, and her philosophy on mentoring the next generation of military storytellers. This is a great episode. It's called Women of War. Check it out. Next up, we have the Unbreakable Storm podcast, From Uniform to Unstoppable. Donnell Johns, redefining leadership after the military. Donnell is a retired United States Army Command Sergeant Major who turned the pain of transition and the weight of identity loss into a mission that empowers thousands. This was a really cool episode as well. They talk about losing identity after military retirement, the uphill journey of launching a business from scratch. Some of us have definitely been there. I get it. And then why helping others rise is the ultimate form of healing. I love this message here, especially that part there, because I'm a firm believer in that. Helping other people rise is definitely healing. So check it out. It's the Unbreakable Storm podcast. And real quick, if you guys want to check out all the podcasts or see what podcast shows are on the network, simply go to heroesmediagroup.com and you can check them out. The Strategic Veteran with Adam Peters, who you guys saw last week on the show. This week, Ron Beckner shares how career spanning the Navy, Coast Guard, Navy Reserves, and union pipe trades shaped his understanding of discipline, leadership, and money. After 24 years of service, he now teaches veterans and blue-collar Americans how money actually works. The Strategic Veteran, check it out. Next up, we got the Disgruntled PM, or T-Dog over there on the old YouTube. Disgruntled PM this week. Behavior and leadership expert Christy Dickey. She joins the show to debunk the burnout badge of corporate busyness and reveal how behavior science can transform project management. This was a cool episode. Christy explains challenges the traditional performance of leadership, urging professionals to ditch the mask for radical authenticity, to build genuine influence, and to trust within their teams. The Disgruntled PMs. And you guys will notice I said a big word twice. I said it right today. It's going to be a good day. Next up, we got the Vet SOS group. I love this group. Nonprofit organization. Now, they have 4 shows that they do. They got the Vet SOS. They got Learning Lifeline. They have The Scoop. And they have Military Effect. All with episodes this week. Vet SOS. I'll get into some of them real quick. They speak with Gene Morin. Corporate world is a learn by doing environment, much like the military. These skills translate if you know how to carry them forward. So true there. Military Effect, Sisters in Service. Women veterans don't need to be fixed. We need to be heard. Absolutely. So check these out. All 4 of these shows are ready to go. Vet SOS podcast. Check it out. Speak Up, Show Up, and Lead with JJ Hardy. Jeremiah was on here in the comments a little bit earlier. This week, Air Force veteran Tanner Yackley shares raw insight from his years in combat operations and his mission to bring leadership, healing, and purpose to the forefront of veteran conversations. Some of the stuff that they're going to unpack in this episode is the mental health impact of modern warfare, how military trauma often goes unseen and untreated. They also talk about why community and purpose are key to post-service reinvention. I absolutely agree on this. This was a banger of an episode. I listened to this one this morning early. There he is, Jeremiah. What's up, bro? Good show, man. Awesome. All key points. That one's called Speak Up, Show Up, Lead podcast with JJ Hardy. You got to check it out. Next up, we got the Arms Room Show. This week, they are discussing how family and marriage affects your readiness. And if you don't think it does, make sure you listen to this episode. They do an episode every Monday, 2 p.m. Arizona time. Arms Room Show. Check it out. Next up, they got Keep It Spiritually Simple with Sandra McEllis. This week, she's talking with psychic medium, intuitive spiritual counselor, Christine Keelan. They do a deep dive into things with a face on a daily basis and how we can rise and shine and turn our God ears on. That's pretty cool. That was a good episode. Check it out. Keep It Spiritually Simple. She does her shows live on YouTube. So you just look up Sandra McEllis or Keep It Spiritually Simple. Homefront Sit Rep podcast. They got new seasons out. David was on here a little bit ago. So check it out. Homefront Sit Rep podcast. They do lives on Sunday and Mondays. And if I'm misquoting that because I think they might be doing a new day, then David, if you're still on, leave a comment. Let us know what you got coming up for Homefront Sit Rep podcast. Next up, Shay Sparks Show from the front door to the center stage with Julie Dean. Some of you saw Julie and Shay on the show last week. This was it right here. This was an awesome episode, and they talk a little bit about leading up to Podfest. So check it out, Shay Sparks Show. Next up, Misfit Nation podcast, From Pain to Purpose. Steve and Carol Riggs on healing after suicide. This was kind of a hard one to listen to. Pulls on the heartstrings a little bit. Gets you in the feels. Rich LaMonica welcomes Steve and Carol Riggs, the parents of U.S. Army Sergeant Andrew Riggs, who tragically took his life after returning home from Afghanistan. Devastated by grief, Steve and Carol experienced a life-changing spiritual awakening that transformed their pain into purpose. This is where it gets good. Their journey led them to write a powerful book, The Journey from Pain to Purpose, a guide for families navigating grief, trauma, and suicide loss. Together, they now help others find light in the dark moments, offering hope, healing, and a roadmap through despair. Great show, Misfit Nation podcast. They do a couple shows. They do 3 shows a week, so make sure you check them out, Misfit Nation podcast. Next up, Label Free podcast this week, C.T. Coop, founder of Mindful Soulpreneur and a relationship and achievement style coach, for a powerful conversation on patterns, self-awareness, and secure connection. Check that out, Label Free podcast. What do we got here? Comment. Stupid phone went down. Sorry, David. At least you're back. Next up, we got your 6 at 6 with the People's Patriot Project every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. They actually do more shows than just that. We got your 6 at 6. They got like 3 shows a week now. It's awesome. This week, Crystal Cochran, who is the busiest leader they've met. She's championed and headed the likes of 22 Too Many, Stop Soldier Suicide, and helping to run other local boots on the ground organizations like Jackson County veteran organizations, just to name a few. She joins the show. Also, Frankie Perez, veteran, visits them from Puerto Rico and does some songs and stuff as well on it. We got your 6 at 6 with the People's Patriot Project. Check it out. Other Side of the Firewall is next this week. They're talking the latest in cybersecurity news, starting with a case that's involving a Tennessee man who has pled guilty to hacking the Supreme Court's filing system. The decision highlights the inadequacies of current cybersecurity laws, particularly it's only giving the guy a 1-year maximum sentence. So it's really kind of curious. I'm willing to bet we're going to see a lot more cybersecurity laws coming into force over the next 3 years. Other Side of the Firewall, check it out. Chasing Happiness every Saturday. Ryan's got a new show. He's down. The Chasing Happiness. This is another show that's down in where Ryan's in Buckeye, Arizona. For followers of Jesus who feel overwhelmed by money, stress, and business pressures or constant setbacks, this episode explores how faith and persistence can turn why me into a deeper sense of purpose and peace. Great episode. Check it out. Chasing Happiness. Stay with me, folks. I got one more here. Rise Up, Voices from the Front Line. This week, we dive into the anatomy of trust. I had to stop because I couldn't see it. What breaks and why, without it, every system becomes brittle. Using the metaphor of the lighthouse, we'll explore how trust must be steady, not conditional, and why people look to leaders most closely when storms rage. Great episode. Check it out. Rise Up, Voices from the Front Line. Also got to give a shout out to Jim Neary's Live Bait and Tackle. Didn't mean to forget you earlier, Jim. Veteran-owned company. They actually sponsor me in a lot of fishing tournaments and stuff like that. So it's great dealing with them. And I'm looking forward to seeing him and his wife, Gina, up at the show next month or here in a couple of weeks as well. Guys, we're going to be in Austin, Texas next week. So bear with me because I totally forgot what I was going to say. Bear with me. I'm getting old. Listen, guys, I would say get out this weekend, but I'm not going to say that because it sounds like everybody's going to get dumped on with a bunch of white stuff. So what I will say is stay warm this weekend, stay off the computer, don't get your 45-degree syndrome, and tune in next week, all right? And if you guys got something you want me to talk about, please, please, please send me a message, leave a comment on a topic that you would like for me to discuss. Let's beef this up coming in 2026, all right? Dave, have a great weekend, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, no white fluff there. Well, you're lucky. You're lucky. So listen, guys, have a great weekend. Be safe out there. God bless you. God bless America. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.